You say you don't have a green thumb? Nancy Chen suggests all of us turn over a new leaf.
Here was a different kind of funeral in New York City, where there were mourners and memories shared, as what once leafed left. The center of this solemn occasion? Plants, the house kind.
What do you think was the fatal mistake for your plant?
That I bought it, that I tried to care for it. That was the fatal mistake here.
It takes a lot of malpractice and negligence, and not everyone can, live up to that, but here we are.
It got some, disease and died a very slow death.
What presumably once sprouted with promise.
Let's take a look at the roots.
Had all but withered away.
No, not salvageable.
What do you think? Is it actually dead?
Even a volunteer plant doctor
Severely underwatered.
couldn't perform a miracle.
What do you think this plant's life was like?
I think it grew up really, really happy, and then it flourished.
And then it met me.
According to one study, the average plant parent, a term proudly first adopted by millennials, ends up killing 7 of them.
We're not hiding the fact that we kill the plant.
You're putting it out in the light.
Quite literally, because when this thing happens to you, we don't have to really be shameful about it.
The idea for this foliage farewell took root a year ago, when art director Do Lee came back from a 3-week-long vacation to a dying and forgotten snake plant.
It was all droopy, and I was panicking. And then I started watering a lot. Sadly, that's a no-no when it comes to any plants because there's a thing called root rot.
The 2 major reasons that people kill plants is over and under watering. We have evolved with plants, and so...
Melinda Knuth studies human behavior from a horticultural perspective at North Carolina State University.
How many houseplants do you personally have?
In my office, I have 55.
Does that mean that you have kept all of your plants alive?
No, not at all.
While gardening has long existed, Knuth says Planned Parenthood started around the 2008 housing crash, when millennials began substituting plants for pets, or even children.
They say, okay, this is my calathea, and with this one, I have named it Susan. And so they're going very specific and hyper-focusing on singular plants rather than a collective vision that's more common with gardeners.
So they really are taking care of each and every plant like a child.
Oh, yes. Most of the time, if a plant dies or has a problem, people go straight to, oh, it's my fault. And perhaps it has nothing to do with you, and it has to do with other circumstances around you.
With more businesses offering plant care services like plant sitting or coaching.
As long as these drainage holes at the bottom are completely submerged, your plant is going to be able to absorb that water.
It just goes to show keeping our plants green can earn a lot of the other green. Valued at $20 billion last year, the global indoor plant market is expected to reach $30 billion by 2032.
With love and support and care, it's growing new leaves.
Back in New York City, Do Lee has turned a new leaf and now owns 15 plants. He's also planning for another funeral this fall. For when a houseplant dies, there can only be room for growth.
Once you know the fun of growing these plants, I think it keeps you going.
To top off your coffee this morning, we're heading down under, where Holly Williams has the story of a global coffee phenomenon that's all the buzz.
It's Saturday morning in the Australian outback.
We just grind the coffee.
And Karen Venables is brewing up coffee for her customers. The crowd favourite is the flat white, a coffee beloved by hipsters around the world. It's a shot or two of rich, dark espresso.
With the flat white, you don't need a lot of the froth. So that's perfect.
Topped with creamy steamed milk. And unlike a cappuccino, it's light on the froth.
About a third coffee, 2/3 milk.
I love a flat white, actually.
It's good.
That is delicious.
This cafe in the sleepy country town of Ingham is around 10,000 miles from Europe. But just about everyone here is Italian-Australian, many of them third or fourth generation.
So all your grandparents came over? Yes. So I got the flat white extra hot.
The flat white coffee may be the biggest thing in caffeinated beverages right now, enjoyed by connoisseurs from Los Angeles to London. But some coffee historians believe the flat white has its roots here, in this small Italian community in rural Australia. The climate in this region is tropical and perfect for growing sugarcane. Italians first came here as labourers in the 1890s before buying their own farms. Adrian Scavazzi owns 1,500 acres on land where his grandparents harvested sugarcane by hand.
That must have been really hard work.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Especially like coming from where they come from and sort of like thrown in the deep end and said, this is your way of life. Hold on to a timber handle with a blade on it and getting the job done.
The Italian immigrants brought their coffee with them to the towns of northern Australia.
It was something so unusual. You'd never seen anything like it. And I just remember the noise of the espresso machine and just thinking how wonderful it was. It was sort of another world.
Alan Preston is not Italian-Australian, but told us he learned about coffee from them in outback cafes in the 1970s, where he says they were selling something called a flat coffee. Perhaps the milky coffee the Italians call a caffè latte, though not served in a glass, and rechristened for those who didn't understand Italian. Preston took the concept to Sydney in the 1980s, where he opened several cafes selling flat whites. And within a few decades, it had gone global.
Should you be getting 5% on every flat white sold?
Well, it'd be nice. Like, just give me a cent. 1 cent per flat white, that'll do. No, I don't feel as though I own it. Because I didn't invent it, I just popularised it.
There's a rival claim.
Of course.
The New Zealanders also claim that they invented the flat white coffee.
Yeah. No, it's not true. It's not true. Yeah, the best they can come up with is 1989. And so I'd been going along about 4 years by then.
Australia is a nation of immigrants. Around 30% of its residents were born overseas, and nearly 5% identify as Italian. But many Italian Australians have encountered terrible racism.
We were all born in Australia, my sister.
Elsie Quabba and Rose Cavallo were both born in Australia, but were locked up in an internment camp for enemy aliens during World War II, because Italy was allied with Nazi Germany.
It says Italian alien child.
What does that mean?
Well, you were born in Australia.
They've never had an apology, but told us they don't harbour any bitterness.
What do you think Australia would be like without the Italians?
There'd be no spaghetti.
Well, no cane cutters either.
And no good coffee.
No good coffee.
Italian Australians have contended with huge challenges in the land down under, but they've also transformed it with their hard work, enterprise and invention.
We're outward bound with David Pogue.
For hundreds of years, we've been extending our living spaces outdoors. First onto porches, and then into our backyards. And then in 2020...
In the pandemic, it was necessity. Outdoors was really the only safe place to be with others.
Joanna Saltz is the editor-in-chief of House Beautiful magazine.
People got so used to being outside in COVID that they were sort of like, why ever go back in?
The post-pandemic shift to outdoor living spaces has become an obsession in the design world. 2/3 of new American houses are now built with porches. And our spending on outdoor furniture and kitchens has climbed to $10 billion a year. You name a room in the house, and people are building it outdoors. Kitchens,
obviously the grills and the rotisseries, but really elaborate smokers, fridges, freezers, microwaves.
Home entertainment systems.
We're seeing gigantic movie screens, speakers that are placed all across the backyard.
Living room.
You can do rugs, lamps, beautiful sectionals, swivel chairs, outdoor recliners.
Don't you get moldy fabric?
The technological advancements in fabrics have come such a long way in the last few years. Now they're built to withstand all kinds of climate issues.
I mean, what is there left inside a home that hasn't been recreated outside?
I can honestly tell you the outhouse is not trending right now. No one's putting a toilet.
This $600,000 backyard went from a cool family-friendly backyard to an amazing private resort. We have one that's between 4 to 5 million being built right now in Florida.
And that's someone's yard.
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Justin Fox is the founder of Fox Terra Design, which has designed luxury yards in 35 states.
We actually develop that resort feeling in people's homes. We've seen a ramp up since COVID for sure.
All right, so show me what my $600,000 gets me.
We have this remote screen. The unique thing about this is that you can see it from both ends.
So the adults could be watching from this side, the kids in the pool watching from the other side.
Exactly.
There's a sunken living room with a fire pit, a gym, and of course, a hot tub.
It's about 18 to 20 seater, depending on your friend size.
There's a kitchen and a court.
The #1 request we're getting for sport areas is pickleball.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Pickleball. And with the touch of a phone app.
And this is a rain curtain.
Oh man, that's cool. I want that.
And the majority of our clients, if not all of them, want to have some place to gather, whether it's with family, friends, or even the tranquility of maybe just them and their partner, friend, or spouse.
You know, it's a decent backyard, but we didn't...
Still, Joanna Saltz emphasizes that dressed-up outdoor spaces aren't just a privilege for the rich.
It's really made for every budget and every size space. A bunch of string lights looks just as elegant in a tiny backyard as it does in a big, expansive one.
Meanwhile, it's an investment.
For a long time, an outdoor kitchen was sort of seen as a would be nice, but now it's being seen as a really want to have.
The investment could have a second payoff: happiness.
Doctors have been saying for centuries about, being more in touch with nature and how important it is to your soul. The more we can live out here, maybe the happier we'll be.
Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, ASMR. What is it? Faith Saley has the answer.
There is a quiet little corner of the internet getting louder and growing larger every day. Welcome to the whispery world of ASMR.
Today we are going to make some great ASMR tingles.
ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. That very scientific-sounding mouthful refers to a pleasant tingling sensation some people experience in response to certain sounds or visuals.
It's a brain massage that's just so satisfying. It melts your brain and makes you feel fuzzy and so calm.
Maria Viktorovna should know. She's been called the ASMR queen.
Oh, I love it. It suits me well.
With 1.2 billion video views, it's easy to see why.
So one of my latest videos I did shaving of celebrity faces, and people pinpointed like, oh my God, can you do a whole video of that? So I did the whole video of that.
You understand this sounds, I don't want to sound judgmental.
Yeah.
This sounds strange.
A lot of ASMR triggers are sometimes out there and are very personal.
The first ASMR videos came out around 2009. Since then, it's been snap,
taking these crackers out of their wrapper.
crackle,
They came with my soup.
and popping its way into the mainstream. Even into a 2019 Super Bowl commercial.
So pure, you can taste it. This is my prop closet.
But for Viktorovna, who in 2014 was able to quit her receptionist job,
Just a comb in the plastic, but it sounds lovely.
and work on her channel full time, the rewards are far beyond financial.
I get messages almost every single day. Some of the most touching stories I get are from people who have experienced some kind of hardship, and once they start watching videos, they kind of get lulled into that space of safety and calmness, and everything's okay.
So this one right here is a brain scan when they were feeling the tingles.
It's on fire.
Yeah, it's red, orange, yellow colors. I mean, those are the areas of the brain that are activated. So when someone feels the tingles, they say they feel euphoric.
Dr. Craig Richard is a professor of physiology at Shenandoah University in Virginia. He estimates only 20% of people are wired to experience ASMR.
Are those of us who don't feel it missing out?
The people who are experiencing it will tell you yes, because it's a beautiful thing to be able to just turn on an ASMR video, have this moments of euphoria, then have these moments of relaxation. So yeah, you may be missing out on that.
What else is missing is further research on ASMR. In some studies, it's been linked to lower blood pressure and heart rate. Craig Richard would like to see more.
Get that pile of research, especially that clinical-based research, up higher to show that this is a worthy medical treatment. How do you deliver ASMR in someone as a form of therapy?
Rebecca Benvey has taken a hands-on approach to ASMR therapy, opening up Whisper Wave in New York City. It's one of the few in-person ASMR spas in the world.
So there are millions of people watching ASMR videos, and yet there aren't in real life ASMR places to go?
You know, customers will often say that they can't believe that this isn't more of a thing, and it's true. There's a huge gap in the market.
It brings about a feeling of peace, of just like calm, like an escape from the real world.
And I believe that this is sort of the natural evolution of the videos, is more in-person experiences that people can seek out. And I think that this is really just the beginning.
For now, most ASMR artists, like Maria Viktorovna, are happy to remain online, whispering sweet nothings.
How are you feeling, my dear?
That can mean a whole lot.
Do you feel relaxed at all? I feel like a lot of people are stressed, and ASMR is so easy because it's online. You can just watch a video, and as you watch it, it somehow transports you into a different place, into a little island of peace. Let your light shine.
What's become practically a way of life for some is downright cryptic to many others. So what's behind cryptocurrency, digital money? Jolene Kent sums it all up.
For the 35,000 Bitcoin enthusiasts who descended on Sin City this spring, what happened in Vegas hardly stayed in Vegas. This is Bitcoin 2025, the biggest ever gathering of its kind.
If you want digital drama, stick around this conference.
Between the high rollers,
Your goal should be to own at least one Bitcoin, because by the time you retire, that can be worth 20, 30 million.
and the true believers,
You can't change the market. It changes you. Same is true of Bitcoin.
everyone seemed to agree on one thing. President Donald Trump's re-election has been like hitting the jackpot.
And I'm here today to say loud and clear, with President Trump, crypto finally has a champion and an ally in the White House.
Once dismissed by investors and still baffling to many Americans, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have won over supporters from Wall Street to Washington. In July, the president signed the Genius Act, which opens the door for companies including Walmart and Amazon to issue their own digital currencies.
The emerging digital asset ecosystem.
And Congress is debating another bill that, for the first time, aims to regulate cryptocurrency trading.
Bernie Moreno is looking out for Ohio.
This after the industry spent more than $167 million on behalf of crypto-friendly candidates ahead of last year's election.
How should people think of crypto? Is it like gold? Is it a stock? Is it a Beanie Baby or maybe a Labubu? You could think of it as gambling. You could think of it as a collectible. You could think of it as a type of investment. But I think what's important to understand is that crypto is highly volatile. It's highly speculative.
Amanda Fisher served as a top official in the Securities and Exchange Commission under President Biden.
Crypto is often marketed to individuals as an investment opportunity that will yield them the possibility of great returns. But unlike, say, a stock, which represents a part of ownership of a company, it is not backed by any sort of business that is producing goods and services.
Unlike hard currencies like the dollar or the euro, cryptocurrencies only exist online and are issued by individuals and companies, not central banks. And yet billions of dollars worth of crypto are traded every day.
The number of scams, the types of scams, the sophistication of scams are so rife and plentiful that the capacity to lose your money in a crypto investment is substantially higher than if you're just investing in stocks and bonds.
During the Biden administration, the SEC cracked down on the cryptocurrency industry. The Trump administration has changed course, dismissing the largest outstanding cases, which Fisher says leaves consumers more vulnerable.
We are seeing leaders in crypto say, we want to be regulated. And there is legislation currently here in Washington underway to regulate cryptocurrency. They say they want laws passed. They want laws that they write to be passed. So the legislation currently being considered in Washington, D.C. is written by and for the crypto industry.
I wish that was the case. That'd be fantastic. But no, it's not true.
David Bailey runs the Bitcoin conference and is CEO of a Bitcoin holding company called Nakamoto. He's one of many crypto entrepreneurs who now call Puerto Rico home.
It started because of the taxes. Now it's like the place to do business.
But the 34-year-old's real claim to fame might be his role in convincing a skeptical President Trump.
Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam.
To go all in on Bitcoin during the 2024 campaign.
I want to thank David Bailey for inviting me. Special guy.
What did you tell President Trump to get him into crypto?
So first off, no one convinces the president of anything. Like he makes up his own mind about things. A lot of people, especially in Washington, have missed how big this has gotten. And so we made the case to the president about how many people hold this asset. He saw the opportunity that was here by embracing this industry, and I think we had a big part of swinging the election in his direction.
The Federal Reserve says only 8% of Americans have bought or held cryptocurrency in the last year, and only 2% have ever used it to buy anything. But digital assets are increasingly part of the economy. Soon you'll be able to use crypto as collateral for a mortgage. And this past week, the president signed an executive order to make it easier to hold cryptocurrency in your 401k. All the attention has helped drive the price of Bitcoin to an all-time high, recently passing $120,000 each.
How much was Bitcoin when you first bought it?
So Bitcoin is about $10.
And how much Bitcoin did you buy back then?
Well, that's something I'm not going to talk about on camera. Not enough. Let's just put it like that. Not enough.
And as crypto's fortunes have improved, so have the president's.
The World Liberty Financial token sale is now live.
CBS News estimates that crypto ventures controlled by the Trump family have made up to $765 million in revenue from token sales since the fall of 2024. The White House did not respond to questions about the token sales, but in a statement told CBS News, neither the president nor his family have ever engaged or will ever engage in conflicts of interest. Most experts in government ethics believe the situation is unprecedented.
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe the president has changed his position on Bitcoin and crypto because he can personally benefit from it, or his family can?
No, absolutely not. I don't think he embraced this industry to enrich himself. I think that he just sees the same potential that I see. When you get excited about an idea, you feel compelled to do something about it.
And that potential is why investors are betting that crypto will soon become part of everyday life.
We want our fellow Americans to know that crypto and digital assets, and particularly Bitcoin, are part of the mainstream economy and are here to stay.
But for Amanda Fisher, that's a gamble just not worth taking.
We heard the same thing about subprime mortgages going into 2008. We heard the same thing about complex financial derivatives going into the last crisis too. These products are wonderful, and they're ways to extract so much value in wealth until they're not. And I fear that crypto is going to follow down the same path. Things are going great many times until they're not.
Many of us have dreams about what we'll do when we retire. Some of us even draw up bucket lists. And as Susan Spencer discovered, anything goes.
Watching her quietly do crafts at home, you'd hardly guess what 83-year-old Bobby Oxford really wants to do. At the top of her bucket list, driving a race car, a real race car.
How fast do you want to go?
As fast as I can. Maybe 130.
130 miles an hour?
I would like.
You really would? You're serious?
I'm serious.
She's been serious for some 6 decades, since as a teenager, she had to watch the hot cars from the sidelines while her brother went drag racing.
I would go and see him race.
But you weren't allowed to race?
Not then.
Because you were a girl?
Yes.
But times have changed. And Bobby, who retired from her day job at 69, says she has never been more ready to hit the track.
Well, off. We have a plant. You're holding the wheel, you're in the car, the motor is running, and you can hear it. That's the adrenaline.
And it's purring.
It's purring. It's saying, come on, Bobby, let's go.
It doesn't have to do any persuading.
No, not at all.
But you would concede that not many 83-year-olds probably share this dream.
Yes, I would.
And yet, she's not that unusual. In a Stanford University study, 9 out of 10 people said they'd made a bucket list. 15% included something daring.
I want to go skydiving.
What is the appeal of skydiving?
It's scary. It's something that not everyone will do. I am afraid of heights.
But it is on your bucket list.
It's on my list.
Maria Leonard Olson is what you might call a professional bucket lister. The 62-year-old attorney turned author started her bucket list more than a decade ago.
How about, let's see, getting a tattoo?
I have 3.
Scratch that one off the list. How about hot air balloon?
I already
You've
did
done
that.
What?
Yes, I did that.
We're 6,000 feet up in a hot air balloon. I am frightened, but I'm doing it. Here we go.
Is there anything that you absolutely would not put on a bucket list?
Bungee jumping.
Smart girl.
There's nothing that appeals to me about hanging upside down.
But this would be the ultimate challenge.
It might be. We'll see.
I think it goes on the list. You know what I did for my 65th?
What?
Took unicycle lessons.
You're going to jump
Whoa.
up into the air,
Excellent.
bring your weight. Good.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that idea.
Put that on your list.
I will put it on my list.
Go, 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 go.
Yes!
Also on her list, so much travel she needs a map to keep it all straight.
You've hit 70 countries so far?
I have, and I'm striving for 100. 120 would be even better.
She's already checked off Antarctica for good.
I did a polar plunge. I jumped into the water. It was horrible.
That's
it felt
insane.
terrible. It was insane.
I'm sorry,
But
bucket list or not.
3, 2, 1.
So what does it feel like to take a polar plunge?
Like 1,000 needles injected into your body. Oh my God, that's terrible.
This is not
It's not
fun.
pleasant. It's not pleasant, but it really made me feel alive. My gosh, it was crazy.
Isn't there a phenomenon as we get older where we're less interested in what other people think?
Yes, I think older people are more likely to do what they want.
Dr. Richard Friedman, a psychiatrist at Weill Cornell in New York City, has a friend whose 96-year-old mother recently went skydiving. He says chasing thrills is okay at any age, as long as we do it for the right reasons.
I would simply say go with the things that you love, even if you think that they're not all that curious to other people. Do them because you want to do them.
So how much of our bucket listing, if you will, is motivated by a need to show the rest of the world how interesting we are?
Probably a fair amount, because we see novelty seeking as socially desirable. So for example, studies have been done, in which people are asked, what kinds of foods do you order in restaurants when you're by yourself versus with other people? And it turns out that people will order more exotic choices when they're around others, in part because they think it's desirable to be open to novelty than to pick what it is, like a hamburger,
We're
that
all
they
still
habitually.
in high school,
Huh.
right?
We're social creatures.
Oh my God, it's Chippy!
But Bobby Oxford's need for speed is real. The day after our interview, we met her at a racetrack near her Colorado home, in full racing regalia and with a busload of astonished friends. Thanks to Wish of a Lifetime, a charitable affiliate of the AARP, Bobby finally would get to put the pedal to the metal in a no joking around NASCAR racing vehicle.
It must have been at least 120 miles an hour. No, maybe 75. Maybe 75.
Does this take this off your bucket list?
Yes, ma'am.
At any speed, racing is clearly Bobby's speed.
Take it quick, take it quick, take it quick.
20 years from now, Maria Leonard Olson may be right behind her. So retirees, listen up.
We are told retirement can be about going off into the sunset and relaxing, but that's not for me. Maybe it will be at some point, but not yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the all-time IndyCar money winner, Bobby Rahal. Bobby, come on out. Now you don't drink coffee.
No.
Oh,
I try not to. Let's put it
damn.
that
Well,
way.
here, take some of this back to the garage. Maybe you can clean parts with it.
I was gonna say, maybe I ought to put that in the tank.
Auto racing champ Bobby Rahal was David Letterman's guest in 1992. Now they're backing an IndyCar team, a sport that's attracting a new generation of fans. Tracy Smith tells us all about it.
It's billed as the fastest racing on Earth.
Behind Sato got a bit of a slow start. It gave Dixon a chance. He got blocked by Rosenquist.
Indy cars, as they're called, can hit 240 miles an hour on an oval track.
Oh, and he makes the move. Pull out on the inside.
That's more than a football field every second. And a second is about all it takes to end someone's day.
Oh, we got a spinner. Kyle Larson.
Larson hits. In this sport, not all the big names are drivers. David Letterman has co-owned an IndyCar team since 1996, and in that time, Rahal Letterman Landing and Racing has won the Indy 500 twice.
God bless you, my friend. Thank you very much. Hi, you have a forlorn look. Am I late? I'm sorry. I'm Dave.
No, I don't mean to look forlorn. Nice to meet you. I'm Tracy.
A lot of people do when I enter a room. Is this for me?
Yes, it is indeed.
Oh, my God.
We wanted to ask Dave himself what made IndyCar racing so appealing.
Is there something for you
in particular that resonates with you when you go to one of these IndyCar races?
Yeah, because when I was a kid, my family and every family on our block would have it on the radio. And it would be Memorial Day, and Dad would be home from work, and we'd be having a cookout. And I can remember listening to the broadcast sitting in a tree. So that was my first memory of it. It wasn't an option. It was mandatory. It was part of the culture of living in Indianapolis.
And now that you're a co-owner, which you've been for almost 3 decades now.
Isn't that crazy?
What's your role on race day?
On race day, I listen to the race sitting in a tree. That's what they want me to do.
It's P1 for Robert Schwartzman, and the crowd salute a new hero.
There are now 17 race days every year at tracks from coast to coast, and the sport is promoting a new crop of heroes like Team Penske driver Joseph Newgarden.
This is Joseph Newgarden. Joseph was conceived to win races. Stopped drinking milk at 2, picked it back up at 32. Good for strong bones. Tell that to his clavicle.
And it's not just hype. The Indy 500 is still the granddaddy of the Indy Series, and Joseph Newgarden has won it back-to-back in 2023 and 2024. By tradition, the winning driver celebrates with a big swig of milk. And in 2024, Newgarden's wife and son joined him in another Indy tradition, kissing the speedway track. We caught up with Newgarden a few weeks ago, before the Long Beach Grand Prix.
Do you have a mantra that you say? Anything you tell yourself?
I don't know that I have a specific mantra, but I try not to be superstitious, and I just try and be positive more than anything. If that's my mantra, it's positivity. We have great fans here, as you can see. That guy's positive.
But it seems like the guy with the most fans is Team McLaren driver Pato O'Ward. This guy has just about everything a race car driver needs. The only thing he's missing is an Indy 500 win. He's come agonizingly close, and in 2024, Pato, in the orange and black car, just about had it won. But Joseph Newgarden passed him in the final lap.
Just so close again, so close. I know I'm going to get my Indy 500 win because I've been damn good there every single year. So I know the more I put myself in that position, I'm going to get at least one.
And that milk is going to taste so darn good.
Oh my God. It's going to be a party on Sunday night.
What's it like to win one of these races?
It's a jolt of adrenaline I have never experienced in my life. There was a crush of people around me, and suddenly I'm not just Dumbbell Dave, the talk show host. I'm the owner of the Indianapolis 500 winner. And that euphoria stays with you. Well, you may be able to tell, I still have a touch of that in me.
Daredevil drivers roll the start of Memorial Day race at famed Indianapolis Speedway.
For more than a century, speed demons have been chasing IndyCar trophies. The first Indy 500 dates back to 1911, and it quickly became one of the premier sporting spectacles of the year, drawing huge crowds attracted by the sound and the speed.
So it skews our dust as 32 speed demons do everything but straighten out the turns as they blaze around Brick Oval at better than 90 miles an hour.
The benchmark speed to beat, 229.091 miles an hour.
In the last century, IndyCar racing has changed. It's much faster, obviously, and recently more popular. The IndyCar brand withered for a few years under an internal reorganization, but now the crowds are coming back. This year's Indy 500 grandstand was sold out for the first time in nearly a decade, and the place is starting to look like it did back in 1969, when Mario Andretti took the checkered flag.
I still can't believe it's true. I'm gonna have to be pinching myself all night until tomorrow.
How sweet does that milk taste when you finally get to drink it?
Oh, honey cannot compare.
At 85, Andretti's still in the game as a team owner.
I think the ability of the drivers that you have in place, the talent, is unprecedented.
Is unprecedented, really?
It's unbelievable, yeah.
Are you saying those guys are more talented than you were?
You know.
Race car safety has come a long way since Mario Andretti's day. The track walls are now padded, the drivers are more protected, but the worst can still happen, says AP Motorsports reporter Jenna Fryer.
So it's not safe now, but it's safer.
Correct. It'll never be safe. You can never call racing safe. They can be idiots, and they, if they get upset with each other and one wants to retaliate against the other, people do stupid stuff. They see red, they kind of forget what they're doing for a second, and, there's no way to ever say racing is safe.
But for drivers, it really is just part of the game.
Do you think about the danger when you're in that car?
No. You think of winning. You think of winning when you're in that car. At least I do. That's all I think of.
Vindication for Alex Palou. He has won the Indianapolis 500.
This year's Indy 500 winner wasn't Pato.
That's the race.
Or Joseph.
I try not to be superstitious.
Or anyone from Letterman's team. It was Spanish driver Alex Palou. But there are 9 more races this season, and on an oval track, you never know what's around the bend.
What I love about it is the romance of it. And the sound is unlike anything you've ever heard. The sound is something humans were not meant to hear.
What does that sound do to you?
This is a good measure for my heart. If it doesn't accelerate my heart beyond what humans' hearts should be accelerated, then there's something wrong.
So for people who have never seen an IndyCar race, what would you say?
Oh, for God's sakes, it doesn't even pertain to motorsports fans. Just go. I mean, one day, it's unimaginable. And you may not go back, but you'll talk about it the rest of your life.
Just a few days until Valentine's Day. Just a few days left to find the perfect gift. Should it be chocolates, roses, something with lace? With Lee Cowan, we take a closer look at this timeless textile.
As fabrics go, lace has a bit of an identity crisis. At this time of year, of course, it's the stuff of Valentine's Day lingerie, especially red lace. But it's also the frilly stuff you likely saw at your great-grandparents' house, or in the meticulous detail of an Antony van Dyck portrait or a King Louis XIV fashion spread. But lace can also be perfectly modern. It can be as graceful as Grace Kelly, or it can be the material for the material girl.
It just I don't know, it scratched an itch in my brain that just felt so right for me, and I knew that this was for me.
Elena Carnegie-Laux. She wears her passion for lace on her sleeve, literally.
If you want to challenge yourself, you can pick just the white linen, but it will be more difficult.
She's currently writing her doctoral thesis on lace, in between teaching classes on lace making.
And there's your little pico.
She co-founded a lace guild in Brooklyn, where both women and men are finding lace a mesmerizing maze for the mind. But she says lace is also pretty misunderstood.
What's the biggest misconception you think about lace?
Oh, there are so many, actually. That's what I'm here to do, is to help bust some misconceptions.
The most obvious, she says, are doilies. Today we think of them as old-fashioned coasters, but Elena says if you trace the threads back in time, doilies were hardly just a domestic trifle.
During the Irish famine, women were making and selling Irish lace of different varieties and making doilies to help their families survive. There were women making doilies in Japanese internment camps during World War II as a comfort to their families.
Another myth, lace is only white. While many of the pieces that have survived from the 16th and 17th centuries have been bleached by time, lace actually had a pretty colorful history.
Lace can be and has been made in every color, every size, massive scales down to the tiniest scale, so it really can be in any design that you want.
There's knitted lace, needlepoint lace, crocheted lace, wire lace, and on it goes. Each as unique and intricate as a snowflake.
It's very enjoyable, especially for people who like puzzles.
But some veteran lace makers like Linda Knott, yes, Knott is her last name, have a secret.
It's easier than it looks, and it's a great way to impress your friends because you don't have to tell them that. But
She's one of hundreds of lace lovers who descended on Franklin, Tennessee, outside Nashville this past summer, for the annual convention of the International Organization of Lace Incorporated.
Hello, everybody!
Attendees came with lace everywhere, on their collars, on their hats, and in their ears.
What do you like about it specifically?
Oh, the making of it.
Yeah?
Love making it. Find a beautiful piece and say, I have to do this.
So this little flower is finished.
Here there are lace styles from England, Belgium, Denmark, and the one lone style from the U.S.
Twist, cross, twist, cross.
And most here we found were pushing themselves to learn as many of those styles as they could.
You learn. Sometimes the hard way.
When you come together as a community and you have all these people that have the same interest, you just feed off of each other and you see new ideas.
Ali Marguccio is a former elementary school librarian from Pennsylvania.
Twist, twist, cross. There you go.
She's taught thousands how to make Idra lace, the signature of Slovenia, part of the former Yugoslavia where Ali's relatives were from.
I, as an American, wanted to carry this tradition on in a different place. These are your bobbins, and the bobbins hold the thread that you use.
One of her specialties is bobbin lace.
You'll catch on. I have faith.
Now, to a novice, bobbins look like a cross between mini rolling pins and a cocktail stirrer.
So take number 2, put it over the top of number 3. That's cross.
But after about a half an hour...
That was great.
I'll be damned. My hands caught on, even if my brain didn't.
2 or 3.
Which it turns out happens a lot.
You're doing a great job.
thank you.
Kathy Kaufman is another instructor who came here from Chicago in hopes of sharing a joy she fears has been lost to the hustle and bustle of everyday life.
It's dwindling. And now there are fewer people with disposable time to be able to dedicate it to.
These are just a few samples of what she's done with her disposable time.
Some of the pieces have taken me a couple months.
It isn't the fiber that gives it the value. It's the hundreds, thousands of hours, and even years of skill and time that goes into producing these things. So it's really the human element of lace that makes it so valuable.
In 2018, Eleni Carnegie-Laux was commissioned by Columbia Law School to make this custom lace collar for the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It took her more than 300 hours in all. We've heard a lot about threads spun into gold in our fairy tales, and lace certainly qualifies as one of the jewels of our textile history. But today, maybe its real value isn't the end product, but in the twists and turns it takes to get there.
This is a way to really slow down, connect with your body and with your community, and understand, wow, I really made something amazing with my own hands. Just takes a little art and industry.
And patience.
And patience. Well, and it gives you patience if you're not necessarily a patient person.
David Pogue, this Grammy Sunday is on the musical hunt for a brand new sound.
The last new instrument to join the standard orchestra configuration was probably the vibraphone in the 1920s. Before that, maybe the tuba in the 1830s. But that doesn't mean musicians haven't kept inventing.
Each year, we invite people from around the world to submit their latest, greatest, craziest, most innovative new musical instruments.
Jason Freeman is a professor of music at Georgia Tech, which hosts the annual Guthman Musical Instrument Competition, which celebrated its 15th birthday last year.
And these are students and professors and artists and engineers, anyone else that's found some reason that all the musical instruments out there aren't really enough for them. A lot of what's in the competition is really coming from a single artist, a single musician who's trying to make that new sound.
New sounds like these.
And again, it's not electronic.
No.
These are latex and air.
It's called the babble table. And according to inventor Jean-Francois Laporte, it's technically a wind instrument that uses compressed air.
One day I just put a balloon on a tube. It sounds great.
Cap Mustatea's team creates computer-generated singing with their dance movements. Here, it's the word alone.
I realized, oh, you could put sensors on a dancer's body and that data could be anything, but could it be language?
I mean, imagine if this thing catches on and pretty soon you have combination aerobics choral practice.
Anthony Dickens brought his circle guitar.
There's a motorized wheel that spins around and it strikes the strings. And so you can play with two hands. So you see how that's spinning.
Oh, man!
Max Aday invented something called vocal cords.
There's 3 strings that are all conductive rubber cord stretch sensors. So as you pull on the strings, you can control how the voice is being processed.
That's cool. I wonder how much a Grammy weighs. Yeah. What about the pleasantness of the sound? Some of these things sound a little weird.
Many of them sound weird. We are very open-minded in the competition.
Do any of these things ever go on to a post-competition life?
Yes, they do.
For example, you may remember the tube-like contraption called a talk box, made famous by Peter Frampton in 1975.
Bosco.
In 2020, Bosco Conte won the contest with a smaller, more portable device.
You don't even need to know how to play.
Called the Electro Spit.
So that was not your voice?
No, I'm totally silent. So this sound is, you hear this buzz. It goes through your neck and out of your mouth. So your mouth becomes a speaker. So we came a long way.
Bosco brought his invention to market. He also returned to the Guthman competition as a judge.
When people hear this is a new instrument competition,
yes,
I think they think, it's going to be part of the standard orchestra. Could that ever happen?
Absolutely, because this is exactly the path that each instrument that we use today took. And I'm sure there was an uproar about the piano at one time, and there's definitely an uproar about the electric guitar. All it takes is a hit record from one of these instruments, and they will become a part of our musical language forever.
Now, some of the entries may strike you as exotic, but at this point, Georgia Tech's Jason Freeman has seen it all.
We had a Jello piano, which was made out of Jello and circuits that you could play.
You're saying Jello, not cello.
Jello, like Jello, Jello.
At the closing concert of each Guthman competition, each finalist performs a duet with a traditional instrument. And then it's time to announce the winners.
It really shows what's possible when art and design and engineering and music all come together.
In second place, the Babble Table. And first place...
And finally, the first place prize goes to vocal cords.
And
congratulations! New music is born!
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Wow.